excited to be able to share with you about products that are life-changing, as well as a potential life-changing income opportunity. So I'm going to be sharing my screen, but I just want to say that as you're listening to this information this evening, just keep an open mind about what's possible for yourself, or maybe for somebody that you think is possibly would benefit from these products, and also the income opportunity. So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Awesome. Okay. So LifeVantage is a company that I am, has changed my life. And it's a company that's at the forefront of nutrigenomics. So as you're listening this evening, I'm going to be throwing out some terms that you may be unfamiliar with. Get a piece of paper, get a pen, take some notes, and that way later on your own, you can, go to Google Scholar and maybe look up some of the terms that I share this evening that you're unfamiliar with. But what I love about this company is that we are very, very science-based, and everything that I'm sharing this evening with you is validated by science. So it's just kind of fun to be at a place where you're learning about terms that even some medical professionals aren't quite familiar with, okay? So the first thing I'll share is that our company is at the forefront of nutrigenomics. And nutrigenomics is the study of using plant compounds and nutrients to impact how our genes express. So the company, it's not a company that is a company of Band-Aids. Our products are not Band-Aids, but we're really focused on getting at the root cause of why we're aging and why we are susceptible to age-related issues, and what we can do to be proactive about impacting. And it's really about impacting the systems within our body versus going after just symptoms. I love that differentiation that one of our business partners has shared with us. Okay, so a little bit about myself. And who's sharing with you. My background, I'm Brenda Geary. I am one of 5 kids. I was in corporate America for almost 20 years. I loved what I did. I was a VP of Human Resources, and I loved it. I loved helping people. I was traveling the world. I was always that healthy person. And you guys, as I'm sharing this evening, what I want you to understand is that what we're passionate about is helping people to live with optimal wellness, optimal health. And I was that person that was always really, really healthy. And I think, in fact, I think back and I think to the fact that I was kind of took my health for granted. I think, maybe you can think to yourself, have you ever taken your health for granted, right? So I took my health for granted somewhat. And I never thought about really what it meant to lose my health until I lost it, right? So at the height of my career, I woke up one morning in June of 2004, and I had hives, welts, rashes all over my body. And I was diagnosed with an itching disorder, right? And from then on, I developed a number of other autoimmune issues. And I just kept getting sicker and sicker. I really believe that once your health is compromised, that it just opens up the door to so many other things that could possibly go wrong, right? And so I got sicker and sicker. I got to the point where everything that I said that came out of my mouth, I would forget it once I said it. And that wasn't good for a person that was not a really high-level corporate job. And so I ended up taking a medical retirement, you guys, because I was just too sick to be able to do my job. At my sickest, I was in bed 20 hours a day. I was on 24 prescription medications, and I wasn't living. I was just existing. I was going to the doctors 3 and 4 days a week. If you can think of any ologists, right? I had them. And I was just praying for something that would come into my life to help me live a little bit better quality of life. That was my prayer in August of 2011. And thankfully, 2 weeks later, a young man met my husband, and they got to talking, and they were just sharing information. And this young man said to my husband, I think I have something that could possibly help your wife if you're open to watching an ABC primetime investigative report. And I'm so grateful that my husband said yes, because my husband is a retired police officer. And, police officers can be a little bit skeptical, but thankfully my husband was more concerned with the fact that I was sick and was looking for a solution. And he was open to taking a look. So he got home that night. He watched the ABC primetime report. He got me out of bed, literally dragged me out of bed so I could watch it. And when I watched that ABC primetime, all I could think about was, what if the science I'm listening to right now, what if that could make a difference in my life? What if it could help me to just regain a little bit of quality of life? And thankfully, it changed my life forever. And as I'm sharing with you this evening, I want everyone to be very, very clear. The FDA does not allow us to make claims that we treat, cure, prevent, or mitigate diseases, right? So what we want to talk about is if we can get the body to do what the body's supposed to do, then positive things can do, because positive outcomes can happen because we have miracle bodies. And when we give the body what it needs, a great outcome is on the other side. So I started taking the flagship product, and for me, had great, great results. But then the story didn't end there, because I think God just had more challenges for me, because then shortly thereafter, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And so I went through treatment. And, now as I'm sharing with you, I'm 11 years out, cancer-free, and a ton of the other issues have resolved. So I'm super excited to be sharing with you guys this evening. So let's jump into it. So where did our company start? We started off as a biotech company, and Dr. Joe McCord, he's considered the father of free radical biology. And so he, with a couple of other individuals, really created the flagship product, Protandim Nrf2. And the claim of our flagship product is that it lowers oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. And that was really unheard of. You guys, our doctors have known what oxidative stress is. Your doctors know what oxidative stress is, but they probably have never ever talked to you about that, because there hasn't been a solution until now to deal with oxidative stress, which is literally at the core and root cause of aging and age-related issues. So we came out with that claim. It seemed too good to be true. So ABC sent John Quinones to do an investigation of our claim. If you're watching this webinar this evening and you haven't watched the ABC primetime report, I want to encourage you to get back with the person that invited you to watch the webinar this evening, because you want to watch that. It's a little bit dated, but it's the start of our story. And literally when you watch it, what I love about it is that here was ABC coming into the company to try to disprove this claim. And on national television, John Quinones had his own blood tested. And after just 2 weeks, his oxidative stress was reduced by 45%. That was powerful. And because of what people like you and I saw, but also medical doctors and research institutions were watching that evening as well, they got really, really excited. So our company is publicly traded. We're on the NASDAQ. The flagship product was previously sold in stores. So think Walgreens, think the Vitamin Shop, GNC. Our product was sitting on the shelves, but it wasn't really selling because people really didn't understand what oxidative stress was. So the decision was made in 2009 to take the product off the shelves and to put it into hands of people like me this evening that can educate you on the benefits of this product and why you want to be on it. Okay. So let's see here. So let's take a step back. What is oxidative stress? And what causes it? So what causes oxidative stress? We all have oxidative stress. When we're breathing, we naturally are producing oxidative stress, that cellular damage. And everything around us is causing that cellular damage. It's the food that we eat, the water that we drink, exercising. Believe it or not, when you exercise too much, you create even more oxidative stress. So exercising is good, but you have to understand that it also creates oxidative stress. There's a ton of environmental toxins. The environment that we're living in today is not the same environment from decades ago. And we have to also contend with Wi-Fi and EMFs and all those environmental factors that are exacerbating the oxidative stress. So oxidative stress, I want you to think about an apple that you cut in half of it, an apple that just sits there and it turns brown. That's oxidative stress, that's oxidation. So that's what's happening to the cells of our body. On that lower left-hand side, you can see a normal cell, then that cell being attacked by free radicals, and then that cell being damaged. And that oxidative stress impacts all organ functions. So here on the right-hand side, you can see that every organ function is impacted by oxidative stress. Oxidative stress, you get that free radical damage, that oxidative stress, and then on the back end, you have all these disease issues. So what Protandim Nrf2 is doing is that it is lowering that oxidative stress. It's clinically proven to lower that oxidative stress by 40% in just 30 days. It's actually activating our body's own antioxidant enzymes to produce and to fight that free radical damage much more effectively than anything else that we could actually consume. And it also, if you're not familiar with another term, glutathione. Glutathione is the master antioxidant in our bodies. It's a big deal, you guys. If you're not familiar with glutathione, go ahead and go to Google Scholar and type in glutathione. And what I love about Protandim is that it actually increases our body's own production of that glutathione by 300%. And that's super powerful. It's also the only product, the only dietary supplement that's been proven in a 10-year study to actually extend lifespan in male mice. And that translates into 5 to 7 human years. Protandim is all plant-based. And what I love about it as well, you guys, is that it's approved by the Banned Substances Control Group and also NSF certified. That means that every bottle that goes through the production line is tested for efficacy, okay? And that also means for those of you guys that are athletes, or maybe you know an athlete, right, that we need to lower their inflammation, that we need to help with their recovery, that they can take this product safely without worrying about testing for any banned substances. After that ABC primetime aired, I mentioned earlier that there were doctors and researchers that were interested in getting their hands on Protandim because finally they saw a product that could possibly be helpful in the diseases and issues that they were interested in. So they got their hands on the product and they started their own funded studies. And so today, on a website called pubmed.gov, pubmed.gov is an arm of the National Institute of Health. The only thing on that website is published, peer-reviewed research. PubMed.gov is where doctors and researchers go to get medically validated information. So when you go to PubMed, what you're going to see are there a number of research publications that feature Protandim. And then also you see here just the variety of well-respected medical institutions that have studied this branded supplement. And I say that because, these are respected research institutions and they wouldn't be putting their reputations on the line to study something that wasn't really, really important. As the other thing that's happened as well is that because of the uniqueness of what Protandim Nrf2 does, it has been featured on a number of television stations, and also it has 7 US patents on this branded product. I want you guys to think about that because patents, in order to get a patent, you have to prove that what your product is doing is substantially different than everything else out there. And the fact that Protandim has 7 US patents is really powerful. You can even go read the patent language, which is also really exciting for the geek in me, especially. The other thing about Protandim is that sometimes people will look at the individual ingredients in Protandim and they'll say, well, I take milk thistle, or I eat and I add curcumin or turmeric to my food, or I drink green tea. The beautiful thing about Protandim and the way that it works the way it does is that it's not about the individual ingredients. It's really about the synergy. It's about that recipe coming together to activate and flip the switch on those pathways in the body, okay? And that's also why we have the 7 US patents protecting this specific recipe. So when you guys watch the ABC primetime, if you haven't, the version that I watched had 2 parts to it. the second part of it really, really caught my attention as well, because it taught us this. Most of us have been taught about antioxidants, right? Those antioxidants fight the free radicals, the bad guys, if you will. Okay, so so old science, the science that we've known for so long, because again, I like to say that you use what you know until you know better, right? So what science told us for so long was that we needed to consume antioxidants to fight the free radicals. But what we now know is that there's a much, much better way and a much more effective way to fight those free radicals. Because what we now know is that when you consume direct antioxidants, or the antioxidants that you consume like oranges or broccoli or blueberries or vitamin C, that one antioxidant molecule can only neutralize one free radical at a time. They bind and then they're gone, right? And you have to keep consuming those direct antioxidants. So 1-to-1, one good guy fights one bad guy, you have to keep consuming. The beautiful thing about Protandim Nrf2 being an activator is that it actually turns on our body's own antioxidant enzymes. And just one of your body's own enzymes can neutralize 1 million free radicals every second per second. I want you guys to think about that. How many guys ever played Pac-Man, right? Think Protandim Nrf2 is Pac-Man, really going after those free radicals, 1 million at a time, just consuming them. A much more effective way of fighting that free radical damage and lowering that oxidative stress. And I also loved in the study that after 30 days, in the research, that they couldn't tell the difference in the blood of a 20-year-old and an 80-year-old. That's super, super powerful. So how does Protandim work? It works by activating this pathway called the Nrf2 pathway, and that's why it's called Protandim Nrf2. And what I love about this science, again, is that the research to validate what we have. So 2 doctors at Washington State University, they did a ton of research on this pathway. And in this paper that was published by Washington State University, they concluded that Nrf2 activation is potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. That's not LifeVantage saying that, that's these researchers saying it. And Protandim is a non-pharmaceutical, the most potent non-pharmaceutical way to activate that pathway. There are pharmaceutical companies chasing down the science because they see the potential of what can happen in the body when you activate that pathway, but they're doing it from a pharmaceutical perspective, and we're doing it naturally with plants and herbs. So that first theory of aging, or that first really big issue that we address at LifeVantage from a health and wellness perspective, is lowering the oxidative stress. Now there's 2 more really big issues that lead to aging and health challenges. I'm going to go into them now. So the second thing that we really address is mitochondrial dysfunction. If you can remember from biology that the mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. That's where we get our cellular energy. And as we age, our mitochondria become damaged, and the amount of mitochondria that we have decline. And on the right here, you see there's a host of health challenges that are associated with mitochondrial dysfunction, okay? It's a big deal. So the company came out with another activator. Again, not supplementing a deficiency, but activation is about turning on these pathways. So another pathway that we turn on is the Nrf1 pathway, and we have Protandim Nrf1. Again, it's plant-based, and what it's doing is it's telling your body to make more healthy mitochondria. So it's helping to improve that it's helping to improve cellular health and cellular energy. And again, that product is BSCG approved and NSF certified. I can't underestimate the importance of mitochondria, especially as a breast cancer survivor, you guys. If you know of anybody, mitochondrial damage is really key. So boosting that mitochondria is super important. And then the third theory of aging is called the Sirtuin theory of aging. And again, as I said before, I'm throwing some terms out to you. I had not known about sirtuins until this product was introduced, but then the more that I read about sirtuins and NAD, I realized how important they are. If you're not familiar with sirtuins, read Dr. David Sinclair. He's from out of Harvard. Check out his YouTube videos, because the sirtuins are like the manager of the cell. They're really, really important. And once again, as we age, that sirtuin number goes down. So we have a product that literally is flipping the switch on the NAD, and it's telling our body to make more sirtuins. And so again, you see here that it's made from these 4 plant ingredients. And again, it's helping to support healthy, look at these benefits here, you guys. Supports healthy longevity, improves mental focus and concentration, supporting positive mood, supporting a healthy inflammatory response, maintaining cholesterol levels. Just a few weeks ago, the company came out with a human published study that validates our claim that this product here is increasing sirtuin activity, and it also validated this claim here about helping to maintain healthy cholesterol levels. So if you're watching this evening, reach out to the person that invited you so that you can get your hands on that paper or a webinar that was done by a couple of our doctors to describe it. So each of these products, Protandim, Nrf2, Nrf1, and NAD, by themselves are powerful. I take them every single day, and I'll never stop taking them, because as a person that has gone through so many health challenges, I want to do everything in my power every single day to maximize and ensure my health, right? And so I love that these products are powerful. But here's what's really interesting. When the company came out with the third product, the NAD, the question was, we understand that each of these individually are really powerful, but like the Protandim products, which are all based upon synergy, is there a exponential benefit to taking all 3 of them together? Is there a synergy to taking Nrf2, Nrf1, and NAD? So they did some research, and we were all blown away, because there absolutely is a tremendous benefit from a health perspective to taking all 3 of the Protandim family together. You can see here just that exponential drop from antioxidant detoxification from 40%, you guys, to 73%, an increase from 50% to 838. And then you see here just, again, the exponential benefits to taking all 3 together. So that's Protandim Tri-Synergizer. So our Protandim family, you guys, we have other products that are all science-based. Omegas are so important to your health, but a really good, healthy omega is important. And I love that ours is fresh. It's not rancid. It's got omega-3s, omega-7s, super important for cell structure. Then LSU was one of those research institutions that got their hands on Protandim, and they've done 3 peer-reviewed studies on our product. And they actually asked the company, can you take the science of what Protandim does in the body and put it into a skincare regimen? And so this is the very first patented skincare on the market that takes the science of Protandim. So it's going 7 layers deep. It's literally slowing down cellular aging from the outside in. We have a weight management system. You guys, gut health is so, so important. 70 to 80% of our immune health starts in our gut. And so to have a really good probiotic that's time released, that's able to survive the stomach acid is really important. And our probiotic does that. And then it's really important to feed, to fertilize the probiotics, right? So the prebiotic is something that I take every single day. We then have Nrf2 for hair care. Everything that we put on our skin is impacting us at the cellular level. It gets absorbed. And so to have skincare and hair care that's clean and that leverages the science of Nrf2 is awesome. Especially think about with the virus and everything, folks were losing hair, and the Protandim product along with our hair care product for individuals that might be long haulers we're seeing fantastic results. And then we have Axio. Axio is the nootropic. It literally helps with mental focus, mental concentration, giving you clean energy without the clash and jitters. Daily Wellness is my solution for maintaining my immune system on a regular basis and not waiting until I'm sick. Okay. Also, what we're hearing anecdotally is that individuals with allergies and seasonal allergies really are finding a benefit from also taking the Daily Wellness. Who has dogs, cats, horses that they love? A solution for them. And then we have a body care system that takes the science of activation along with some of them that have CBD. Okay. So that's our product line. Get back with the person that invited you this evening if you've got questions, okay? Also, take a look at the website. What I love about our website is that it's solutions focused. So you can go to the website and you can think to yourself, what's the benefit? What's the solution? What is it that I'm trying to achieve? Is it an anti-aging solution that you're looking for? Is it a general wellness solution or immune health? You can go to specific areas on the website and get the specific recommended products for you to obtain the benefits you're looking for. And this is just an example of some of those stacks, if you will, those specific solutions that are benefits oriented. So those are the products, okay? The other solution that we have, so you might be here this evening and you just came on because you wanted to hear about the health benefits. Fantastic. 80% of LifeVantage are strictly customers. But you guys, in the economy that we're in right now, it's really, really tough. And folks are looking for solutions to help with extra income. So we have a solution for that as well. So many individuals are doing side gigs right now, right? They're making money on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They're also making money by, driving Uber or Airbnb. But those don't really give you that leveraged income, that money that will come in month after month. You have to keep showing up. You have to keep exchanging time for money. So what I love about LifeVantage is that these are all the countries that, number of the countries that we're in. I love that, my husband and I were here in San Diego, but we're building a business that's an international business. And we've got, customers and distributors all around the world. So think about yourself. You may have friends in Canada or Australia or Hong Kong. We recently opened up the Philippines and it is growing like crazy. So think about who do you know that's looking to make some extra money, maybe yourself or somebody else that you know that this opportunity would be fantastic for. How do you build a LifeVantage business? You can build two ways. You can build by simply sharing the products and gathering a bunch of customers. And then if you really, really want to build bigger, you're going to want to make sure that you get some business partners, because what you're doing is you're creating that distribution pipeline, and you want other individuals out there that are also able to talk and share the word as well. Okay. How do you get started? We've got two packages. We've got the Premier Pack, it's $299. There's a savings of $167 with that combination of products in there. However, what I recommend, if possible, is the Elite Pack, because the Elite Pack is $999. When you look at all the products that are in this package, it's a savings of $923, and you are able to sample everything. That way, as you're talking to as you're talking to people that are looking for a solution, you will have had some personal experience with the products that you can share. What's possible? Network marketing is not a business that I thought was in my future. I grew up in a household where you were taught, go to school, get a job, and work really hard until you retire, right? But what I realized is that is old thinking, and that's not everybody's reality. Because again, like I said earlier, our environment right now, our economic environment is so different, and people are struggling. And so if they can find another way to earn income, I absolutely think it's powerful. I love also, coming from my background as a human resources professional, my mindset was always work, work, work. I was the person that was going on university campuses, encouraging individuals to go to college, get your degree, etc. But here's what I realized. When 2008, 2009 hit, I was on a plane And I flew around the world laying off 60% of my employee population. And when I was introduced to LifeVantage, I connected the dots. So it doesn't matter how much you love your job or whether you do it because it pays the bills. You don't have control when you work for somebody else. But what you do have control of is if you have your own home-based business, you have control over your efforts, over how many people you talk to, over how you connect people and how you introduce these products. And it's an asset that can't be taken away from you. So that's one of the reasons I love this business. And so how do you make money? You make money by sharing the products, okay? We have different ranks in the company. I like to call them pay grades. If I think about my corporate experience, and I want you to look at this column right here. So a Pro 1 has $1,000 worth of product flowing through their business each month, and their commission on average is $61 a month. Pro 2s are making about $242 a month in leveraged income, extra income coming into the home. Pro 3s on average are making an extra $626. And then the premier ranks, Pro 4s are making $1,496. $3,107 per Premier. Pro 5s, Pro 6s are making an average of $6,900. Our elite ranks, Pro 7s are making $13,000 a month, and on, right? My husband and I are Premier Pro 6s here. But I want to encourage you to think about this, because it's not get rich quick. It takes time. You have to become a student of network marketing. You have to become a student of your mindset on how to share and not be attached to people saying no. But I want you to just take a look at these possible incomes here and just stop at the one that makes sense for you, that if you were to invest your time and effort, that it would make a difference in your family's life. Because sometimes for some people, it's not about these numbers down here. It's really about these middle numbers right here that can make such a tremendous difference in lives. And what my husband and I found is that we both retired from our jobs, and with our LifeVantage opportunity, we were able to replace pensions by working this business. So it's powerful, but again, it's not get rich quick. You have to plug in, and you have to be coachable, and you have to have a burning desire to make it work. So how do I make money? We have 8 ways that we make money. I'm not going to go into all of them this evening, but you can again get back with the person that invited you. There are bonuses that you get paid daily, weekly, and then monthly. And it all depends on your efforts. What I love about this business, you guys, because I still have challenges. I've got brain fog that happened after, as a result of my health challenges and my autoimmune issues, and then going through chemotherapy. So I've got health challenges, and I do have my bad days, you guys. But here's the beautiful thing. This is a business that you can work at your own pace. You can work in the nooks and crannies of your life. You can, like me, work it on my good days. And then on the days where I'm not feeling so great, that's okay, right? So I love that it's a laptop lifestyle, right? We work it from everywhere. I love that there's social sharing. You may have your network may be limited, right, to the people that you know. But guess what? There are billions of people in the world. There are billions of people on social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook, and we teach you the right way, not the spamming way, but we teach you the right way to do social sharing. Again, there's no physical locations. You're not stocking inventory. When I share with somebody and they get excited and interested in these products, all they have to do is go to my website, and from my website, then they order the product, and the company's responsible for shipping. And then from our online portal, and the customers, again, I share with them, and then they go to the online portal to get additional information. So at this point in the presentation, you might be asking yourself, okay, this sounds interesting. Can I do it? Again, what I love about LifeVantage and why I've been around since, well, my husband and I, we've been around since 2011, is we love the support structure here. We're passionate about the science. We're passionate about the products and the health benefits. We also love that we have worldwide customer support. We have a mobile app. You guys, the app is like my husband and I, we run our entire businesses from our cell phones. Everything that we need is in our back office, in an app that's on our phones. Tools that we can send to prospective customers, things that I can text people, send in Messenger, and then we have tons of education. We have business education on skill set, mindset, leadership. We have monthly trainings. We have quarterly trainings. We have calendars, you guys, that give you tips on what to post. And there's just so much support. And then we have private communities where you can gather customers and then also gather distributors so that there's continuing education, so that you understand that you're not doing this by yourself. You're doing it with a host of people that are interested and invested in your success. So I'm going to just say thank you all for joining me this evening, and thank you for taking the time. And if you guys are a guest on this evening, I truly, truly want you to go back to the person that invited you to the webinar this evening and thank them for thinking about you. Thank them for blessing you with this information this evening. And then also let them know, where do you stand? Because at this point, you have a decision to make, right? Do you just want to become a customer? And that's totally, totally fine. Or maybe you've got some questions and your friend can answer get those questions answered for you. Or maybe you're saying, you know what? The idea of taking these life-changing products is exciting for me. And I also want to build a business with this. Okay, I want to add some extra income into my home, or maybe it's not for you, and that's okay. But maybe you can be an awesome referral source for the person that invited you to watch this evening tonight. So this presentation tonight. So again, please be sure to get back to that person and let them know where you stand. So with that said, thanks for joining me this evening, and I hope that you found this information super helpful. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.